global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Peter Obi has been trending, and a lot of people have been criticizing him one way or the other. The latest is the creation of Peter Obi on alcoholic drinks and spreading it in the northern regions of Nigeria. Of course, the campaign team DG of Peter Obi have reacted to that and debunking that Peter Obi have no such affiliation with such alcoholic drinks, and the saboteurs or those trying to mod swing Peter Obi should desist from doing it, but rather they should promote the candidate of their choice rather than mode swinging. Well, as we speak, the Northern Elders Forum have decided to speak out in the wake of 2023 elections and the fact that Nigeria is at stake, the people are at stake, and they have decided to tell Nigerians exactly why we are so divided and why Nigerians must take the country back themselves. They narrated a lot of things and they also sent stern warning to APC, PDP, and other political parties. Let's go straight into the news. Where the Northern Elders Forum on Wednesday raised fears that ethnicity and greed were threatening to frustrate the emergence of a country with the capacity to turn around its fortunes in 2023. The organization expressed concern over development in many aspects of Nigerian politics as they relate to preparations for the 2023 elections and beyond the organization. A statement by the NEF Director of Publicity and Advocacy, Dr. Hakeem Baba Ahmed in Abuja, accused politicians of desperately shepherding Nigerians into two irreconcilable religious divides, all in a bid to gather undeserved advantages at the expense of religious tolerance and coexistence. He said, and I quote, "This development threatens our already distressed democratic process. Our politics now operate outside safe and tolerable boundaries, and the nation will pay dearly for the desperation and limitations of those who ought to show leadership and responsibility among all our politicians. It is not responsible to resist the urge to caution politicians only on the ground that many matters that will impact on our lives and the quality of our national existence are purely internal affairs of political parties. The search for a running mate for APC's presidential candidate, with religious faith of two individuals as the sole issue at stake, represents a sad reminder that our politicians will not allow our democratic system to grow beyond narrowest of confinement. Nigerians take their faith seriously, but we are also painfully aware that the fate of our leaders has never been a factor in the manner we are governed. The political maneuvers in the APC now divert attention from serious issues around the quality of governance and point to the danger that we are a multi-religious country whose citizens will pay dearly if one politician is not a Christian or Muslim. The melodrama around selection of the PDP's presidential candidate running mate and the role of Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike will remain constant reminders that power and wealth, irrespective of how they are acquired, have made our political process its hostage. The ransom that will be paid to free our democratic process may be such that the nation cannot afford it. Our nation is being carved into strongholds controlled by powerful individual politicians who must be placated at all costs, and we will pay a huge price if these politicians succeed in stamping their personalities into the democratic processes. Among a handful of other parties with the potential to make a difference, ethnicity and greed are threatening to frustrate the emergence of a nation with the capacity to turn around its fortunes in 2023. Instead of exploring options and opportunities that will improve their chances of giving Nigerians real and credible, we are only witnessing frightening levels of hostility and ethnic chauvinism, as we saw recently in exchanges between Labour Party and NNPP leaders. Ethnic identity in particular looks capable of being elevated to a point where it alone can cripple a successful transition to 2023 and beyond. Our politics has become an additional burden on Nigerian citizens, even drafting the spreading insecurity, poverty, and other issues over the prospect of our survival as one nation. If the way our politicians are seeking power is any indicator for the quality of leadership they will provide, then the nation has a very genuine reason to worry over its future. Our other leaders representing particular interests compound our worries with periodic threats and ultimatums that an already weakened leadership has no solution for. The prospect for safe conduct of electoral activities and a free and fair election are being threatened by the conduct of our politicians. We must find the resolve and the strength to step back and pull the nation away from its current precarious position. What is at stake is more than an election, it is the survival of our country. While in another news, there have been accusation and counter accusation against Peter Obi over the fact that not only is he a bigot, but rather that he had asked people, those working with him, to wear badge in a way of segregating and identifying him. Now, the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, has actually denied the statement credited to one Alhaji Shehu that he asked Northerners working in the state to always wear a badge as a means of identification when he, Obi, was in office between 2006 and 2014. Well, Peter Obi had actually denied it, saying that he never held any meeting with Kwankwaso throughout his 8 years tenure as the governor of Anambra State. Speaking further, he said, when I served as the Anambra State governor, I appointed 6 northerners as commissioner. I never had any commissioner from the southwest and the south-south geopolitical zones. My ADC, Mohammed, is from Kano State, so why would I ask him to go and torment their own brothers? Obi said. All right, a lot of Nigerians have been reacting to this, and it looks like is beginning to see the level of ethnicity being played out. What is going on in PDP is another thing entirely. It's as if the South is against the North in PDP, and there seems to be some sort of power tussle, and a lot of mistrust flying here and there in PDP. In APC, we still have the issue of Muslim ticket. A lot of Christians believe that Nigeria is a multi-religious state, multi-religious country, and hence all religious stakeholders must be ably represented, and not a Muslim ticket. Hence, it to give the impression that Nigeria is an Islamic state. Therefore, Peter Obi, there have been so much insinuation that he's either into some sort of alcoholics or he's into some sort of bigotry. There's been a lot of Muslim against him, but so far so good. He has been debunking them as they come. And Akim, the publicity secretary of the Northern Elders Forum, is beginning to see the danger ahead of 2023 if the politicians will not stop playing the ethnicity card and of course the religious card. That it has gone beyond 2023 election. For the politicians, it's a do or die affair. It's either them or them. It's a case of wins all for them. Okay, a lot of things are at stake for them, but for Nigerians it's more than just election. It's the survival of Nigeria as a country, as one indivisible state. And Hakim is beginning to see the picture as more politicians are beginning to do all sorts, and he's actually worried that as it gets closer it may get more dangerous as it grows. And definitely whatever comes out of this will determine whether Nigeria will remain one or will